Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. Hello.
Oh my, I still have a complete black screen,
Wait, really?
but they say that they can hear us both. Oh my God, this is the worst. Worst. Hi, I'm Sarah.
And
You're
I'm
David.
David. And
We're
we are
this
gonna this is this is great. We're gonna talk about Drag Race.
drag
If you guys
queen.
can hear us. Okay, Seth says AV is back now.
I literally just see a black screen, but hey, if you guys can hear us and see us both, oh my God, I'm so sorry. What's
Sarah, you're gonna miss
happening?
all of my face acting in this.
I
My
know.
God.
Yeah, what else do we do? Hi. Oh, if you are new to this channel, click subscribe. But why? We look like we don't know what we're doing. So never mind. Don't even bother. Oh gosh.
And
Maybe like
what's the
this
other
video, but
thing?
why?
Yeah,
Again.
sure.
Oh
If
gosh.
you honestly, if you want to support us on Patreon, do that because I think it's better over there. Because those,
Those videos seem to work just fine.
yeah, we don't have problems like this on Patreon. So join us there.
Oh, this is so weird. I'm like in a black box. Oh my God. Yes. You know what? It is Mercury retrograde. It
Yes.
is. Thank you for that. Wow. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, well, this is quite an episode.
You mean what we just went through five
Well, that
seconds ago, or do you
too.
mean Drag Race?
I meant Drag Race, but yeah.
This is so funny to think about. I can see you and you can't see me.
Can you does it look normal to you, David?
Totally normal. And
Like
apparently
normal
the
what you
chat
see?
says so too. Yeah.
Oh, this
I
is
see you
insane.
like normal.
It's all black and it says your browser failed to play the video clip. And I'm like, yeah, obviously you didn't play the video clip. We don't need to sit here and just keep telling me that. Seriously. All
All
right, well,
right.
let's get
Well,
into the show. I'll just
let's get
pretend I'm
into it.
talking to I don't know what I'm talking to.
Right. Yeah. It's like you're staring into an actual like TV camera,
Oh
where
my
you
God, it's
don't
like I'm
normally
on
get to see
TV.
each other. Yeah.
Oh, now I feel very professional. Okay.
Yes. Well, we're starting with, the girls enter the workroom, post Kimura's elimination. And I gotta say, like, the lipstick on the mirror makes it feel like, okay, now the season has begun. Like
Right?
this is
Yeah.
now Drag Race, the eliminations are back. And then they go and they're doing that thing where they sit on the couch and kind of like debrief,
Mhm.
after the elimination. And Kandy just is ready to say, Denali and Lala, I don't think that really deserve to be in the bottom. I think Elliot, and we saw this a little bit in last week's Untucked. So it's
Right.
just a continuation of Kandy kind of piling on Elliot for I don't know what reason.
What is the reason, Candy? Because this is going to be a theme,
Mm,
and I'm not sure of the reason.
yeah. It's just like, I don't know why she has to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just feels very targeted. She's only
Yeah.
talking about Elliot. I don't
Yeah.
know if anybody specifically asked, but she's just
Right.
offering this opinion. It just feels a bit mean, whether or not that's her intention.
Right. It feels like she doesn't know, or she thinks that her opinion is important.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like that she should tell you what she thinks about you, and like that's important
Yeah.
information. Whereas like everyone has opinions, but like the rest of the girls aren't just like vomiting out all of their opinions about all the other girls, you know?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I guess there are people like that who they just kind of say everything
Yeah.
that is in their brain. They just
Mhm.
talk. And I think that's probably true of Kandy. We've seen so far this season, she's a talker. She talks a lot. So I guess maybe that's her. If she
Yeah.
thinks it, she says it.
Right.
No filter.
Yeah.
And then she's going on and on about how, Simone, congrats, second challenge win. And, my sister Simone is the biggest competition. And Tamisha is like, okay, I'm going to stop you right there because there's, however many other girls here, maybe 10 more girls here. And I have to imagine, like, I'm just watching Kandy say these things and we can see what Kandy looks like. And we both acknowledged that last week that we didn't love her look. So she's sitting there looking like she did after that runway. And I have to imagine Tamisha's like, I'm not going to let you sit there looking
Look
like
at
that,
you. Yeah.
saying that none of us are your competition. Like, give me a break.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, obviously, Tamisha is just like over it, not going to have it. And we will circle back to the fallout of more at the end of this episode. We get a bit more of that.
We do. Yes.
But yes, Simone is definitely going to make it to the end. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I have no question she is Final Four. So once we, everybody goes and sleeps that off, we come back into the workroom and we do this quick baby drag.
Yeah.
What is this? A mini challenge? Is that what they call it?
Mini challenge.
Yeah.
It's silly. They're rolling around on the ground like babies, dancing. And Lala wins.
Lala wins. It's one of those where it's like, remind me what this has to do with being a drag superstar. It's like, it's just entertaining television, I guess, to see people dressed like babies.
David, I was like, is baby drag like a category that is that a thing?
No, it's not in my world.
Okay.
I don't watch a lot of baby drag. Maybe it's like niche, like maybe there's like a subreddit of baby drag.
I bet there is.
It's not my thing.
Okay. But it was silly. It was cute. Whatever.
Yeah.
But the main thing for this episode is when Ru comes in and explains the theme is they're going to have a bag ball.
The ball. Yes. I may have said this already. I may have said this last week, but these balls, when there's 12 girls left, it's just a lot. Like they used to do the ball Final Four, Final Six, and it was still a lot of looks, but it wasn't so overwhelming for me. Yeah. Watching 36 garments go down the runway is just like, at some point, I'm just exhausted. I can't possibly care about another dress going down the runway. But this one, I gotta say, was like kind of fun compared to other balls I've seen with 12 girls. There was a lot of variety here that was fun.
I don't know if I'd ever get to the point where I'm like, not another dress. I don't know. It's the main reason I like the show.
I guess it's just like
the looks.
We're on the runway for so long.
Yeah.
Like normally there's like the mini challenge and then there's like a rehearsal for the musical number and then there's the musical performance and then there's the runway and then there's a lip sync. This one is just like we're in the workroom working on our garments and then we're showing those garments for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot. But this one was fun. I liked the categories. The first one is mixed bag. A punny look of choice, whatever you want with the word bag. And then money bags, opulence. Yep. And then from scratch, which is where we see some of the girls start to struggle.
Yes. Now, this is every season. There is something from scratch. If not more than one thing you're going to do from scratch. And every season they are like, oh, I don't know how to sew. And I just love because like on Twitter and people are just like 13 seasons and you don't know how to sew. And I'm like, what do you want? You want everyone to come in as an expert and we have no drama whatsoever? Come on.
Exactly. I know.
I want to see someone hot glue some random things together because they're in a panic and don't know how to sew.
Yeah, it is like it's kind of that thing where I'm like, why are we complaining about this? Because it just happens every season. We should all expect it to happen. Someone's not going to be able to sew. That's always a storyline. So like, don't be mad about it. Just like roll with it and be like, okay, Simone, even though she's my fave, she doesn't know how to sew. And the reality is that it's kind of an interesting time with drag because drag is so big now that people don't have to learn how to sew. They have teams of people. Simone has the House of Avalon that she's a part of, and there are like people in the House of Avalon who design and create her looks for her. I don't know how sustainable that is long term, because obviously we're like in a golden age of drag and it's possible to do that. But eventually things are going to cycle again and maybe you're going to have to create your own looks, but that's kind of the reality of where we are. People don't have to sew to be a famous drag queen now.
The way the world is right now, I think we're all going to have to sew all of our clothes real soon, guys. So learn to sew.
Right. I'm going to call up Utica.
Learn to sew.
Yeah.
And it's only like a few, like what is there, 3 who can't sew out of 13 right now? Like,
it's like,
if the majority couldn't sew, I'd be like, well, that's weird, but it's just a few. So
It's like
I find it fun.
Simone and it's Lala and it's Joey, I think, who are kind of struggling the most in the workroom segments. But Utica's out there like helping Lala. She's very
Oh,
sweet, putting the thread on the sewing machine
oh
for
my
her.
gosh. Of course she is. Well, of course she is because I love her. She's
Yeah.
amazing. She's wonderful. But the fact that she was like, don't even worry about the amazing creation I'm making over here. Let me also help everybody.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Insane.
I think Denali tweeted afterwards. It was like, not only did
Hmm.
Utica slay the runway in every single one of her looks, but she helped all of us in the workroom. Like, she
Right.
really is just such a sweetheart.
But she's also legitimately a seamstress. Like she makes
Yeah.
costumes for other people. So someone at that level, it's not just like I know how to sew and I've made a few things, but like
Hmm.
I don't have time to help anybody else because it's going to take me forever to do my own thing. You know, like she's
Right.
so good that she's like, no problem. Let me help you too.
Uh-huh. Right. Helping to various effect, I will say. Like she shows Lala how to like put the thread here and here's the bobbin and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And then Lala immediately breaks the sewing machine. It's not she's doing her best, Utica, to help people, but some people are just beyond help, and Lala is definitely one of them.
I break my sewing machine all the time. I feel you. I feel you. Yes. Then okay, so when Rue comes in and is oh wait, this is too soon. Never mind. I
Well,
skipped some things. First we
oh,
have
okay.
Tanisha, right? Tanisha.
Tamisha, well, we kind of get this acknowledgement of the relationship between Tamisha and Lala, because people on the internet have known that Tamisha
Yeah.
put Lala in drag for the first time. So technically Lala is a drag daughter, but they kind of explain like,
But
you
not
did that, but then I
really.
didn't really become a drag queen. And so, it's been a while since we've spoken.
Oh, is that it? That she didn't really become a drag queen? Or I thought it sounded like she just kind of she didn't like stick with Tamisha, that she maybe
Oh,
went a
okay.
different route.
Oh, my impression was that like she did it and she then didn't immediately do drag full time.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Eventually got into it. So like technically she's Tamisha's drag daughter, but she was never really part of like the Amon family.
Right. Yeah. And it sounded like they definitely haven't talked in a long time. And this is maybe a great opportunity for them to reconnect.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it kind of sounded like.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
And then Tamisha throws a ball because, Utica's like, I've never been to a ball. They don't have those in Utica, which I'm not surprised. And so then Tamisha's like, well, let me show you how it's done, girl. And so she's, the sort of, if you watch Pose and, the Billy Porter figure on that show, she's like, I don't know what is it, the caller or something, but the MC, she's like hosting the ball, and
Hmm.
Joey and Lala are all walking in the ball. It's a very fun, cute workroom moment.
Yes. It looked very cute. And everyone
Mhm.
seemed to have fun together. Then when Rue comes in and is like talking to them individually, I'm sorry. I will apologize just this once if I annoy you with how much I love Utica, but like Utica was like, I want to be weirder than Carol Burnett and darker than Tim Burton. And I was just like, oh, I love you so much.
Yeah,
I
no, I
just,
mean, this is the moment to love Utica. Like,
yes.
there's a lot of like, Utica was robbed after this week. Like, I think everybody you were already
Mhm.
there, Sarah, and
Yep.
everybody else is now meeting you where you were
Welcome.
and
Welcome.
understanding the genius that is Utica. But the thing about these segments is it's always, to me, a little bit of a spoiler in terms of who's going to do well and who's not,
Mm-hmm.
because we got three groups of two. And one of them was Simone and Kandy.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure why, because both of them were safe, but I guess we just had to have time with Simone because she's been such a, big figure in the season so far, and
Star.
she's
Mm-hmm.
probably going to be Final Four. So
Yeah.
Rue's talking to her about her inner saboteur. And then we get Gottmik and Utica, who are, obviously they didn't know this at the time, but they end up being the top two. And then
Yeah.
Joey and Lala together end up being the bottom two. So you kind of always know. They didn't know when they paired them that it was going to end up like that.
Right.
But based on what pairings they show, that
Yeah.
tends to be people in the top and people in the bottom. So
Right.
sometimes for
Gotcha.
me, when I'm watching, I'm like, well, now I kind of know how this is going to go.
Mm. Oh, okay. I don't know that yet, so I wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
But it did help. Honestly, it did help me to hear Gottmik when she was like all she had was a triangle, and Rue's like, "Is that a thong or something?" And she's like, "Oh, no, it's gonna be this." And I kind of appreciated having a little bit of a heads up because once you see it,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, like it's so different that
Yeah.
it takes you places. Like you really feel something when you look at that outfit. So having a little bit of context actually helped me.
Well, and it's cool too to see her come to the table with RuPaul with just that triangle of fabric and then to see what she actually created from that, you
Mhm.
know? It's like not that it was like that much more fabric because it basically covered her torso and one leg, but to see like that kind of like germ of an idea, I'm going to take
Yeah.
this triangle and make a whole thing out of it and then to see the final look and how chic and like sort of high fashion it is and
Yeah.
cool. It's like, yeah, it's cool to see the
Right.
process for things like
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely.
And then Utica with her sleeping bags. My God.
Guys, just hold on to your britches. Wait till we get there.
Yeah, right.
I can't stand enough. Okay.
Yeah.
But before we get into the looks, Kandy, who is crushing on Joey, and we can't blame you. We
Mm,
all are.
yeah.
Kandy is worried about Joey's taste.
Yeah. It's sort of like nobody necessarily asked, but Candy thought
Mhm.
it. And so we had to hear it. That I mean, I think we were all kind of thinking it. I think we're all kind of questioning Joey's taste.
But
But
I am
Candy.
very strongly questioning Candy's taste as well.
Hmm.
So that's
Hmm.
where I was like, hello, what? Who?
Hmm.
Who? Who's
Right.
worried about who?
Right.
You just worry about yourself.
You just worry
Worry
about
about yourself.
the
Oh, that's right.
backpacks that you're
Oh.
draping around your waist. I think maybe
Again,
you
hold
should
on
worry
to
about
your britches. Wait till we get there. I'm ready.
that.
I have
But
thoughts.
first, we have to have a very meaningful, moving segment about Black Lives Matter, George Floyd. We've
Oh,
seen this on
yes.
so many shows at this point. Like we saw it
I
on
know.
Tayshia's Bachelorette. Now we've seen it on Matt's Bachelor. Now we're seeing it on Drag Race. Like it's really cool to see these conversations with different groups of people. But
Mhm.
the Lala confessional took me out, Sarah. To
Oh,
see her tears streaming down her face, learning that she lives so close to the Wendy's where Rayshard Brooks was shot,
mm,
and her thinking that could have been me.
mhm, mhm.
It's just such an important conversation to have on TV. I'm glad that it's being aired.
Absolutely. Yeah. Her emotion was, yeah, it gotcha. It gotcha
Mhm.
for real. Yeah. So grateful. You got to remember, like they were filming this like kind of at the height, like
It
last
was
summer
in
when
July, and like the protests were in June, I think, you know?
yeah, like we were in the thick of it. I mean, it's not
Mhm.
gone. I don't want it to sound like I'm saying it's gone,
Right.
but we were in the throes when they were filming this, and so thankfully they put that in the edit and kept it in the show.
Yeah. And then they, talk about Black trans lives, which was great. Like we
Yes.
saw Davon talking about that on Big Brother
Mhm.
earlier last year. But to hear that come up again, that's important. So it's great that this show can be a platform for those conversations.
Right, exactly. Okay, we're gonna get into the looks, and now I'm worried about how I can't see anything. So let's just give this a try. Let's
I
see if
will
I
give
can
you
actually control
a lot of
something.
verbal feedback here as we
Yes.
go.
Okay. So we're gonna do all three looks together.
Uh-huh.
Um, 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
So Denali is first.
Denali is first. Yes. Okay. It looks like you've got the
You
video
can
up.
see it. Okay.
This is her airbag look.
Okay. Oh man, I
Now,
can't
can you
remember.
see it at all?
No, I
Oh,
can't.
but you
So
remember, right? You remember the airbag look?
yeah, I can see what I'm doing on my computer, but not on the screen. So
Good. Well, we're
I'm
all
gonna have
good
to look over
on
here.
this end. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. Whew. All right. Yeah. So this is her mixed. Wait, this isn't. Which one's playing? Oh shoot.
It's not playing, it's just paused at the beginning, this one. But this is the
You
mixed
guys.
bag look. She's the airbag.
You guys. I was playing a different one. Here we
And
go.
there we
Okay.
go. Mixed bag.
Oh boy. Mixed bag is an airbag. Did you already say all this?
Yeah. You're doing great, Sarah.
Oh God.
This one was fine to
It's
me.
fine. It's fine.
It didn't, blow me away, but it's an airbag. Sure.
I think it's a fun idea.
Yeah.
And she went all in,
Yep. She's
When
like
you have an idea,
embodying.
yeah.
Yep. She's got
She
the
made it
body movements
cute.
right. She's got a prop.
Yeah. I say it wins. I say it's good.
Sure.
Yeah.
And her second look was the money bags look. And that one was sort of, this is also where we're getting the Coach bags, which I did not understand, but like, great.
Right. So they have to use these bags,
these
purses,
sort of unwieldy purses that are difficult to carry. But she's kind of got, obviously Cruella de Vil vibes here. The fingernail with the, cigarette holder was like cute and different. But again, this is just kind of like very polished and good to me, but again, not really blowing me away.
I thought it was lovely. I think that it's very well put together with the wig and the makeup and the hat. I love the colors. I mean, I think it's very well done.
Yeah.
For that look, especially since we're going to see a theme here. We're going to see a bunch of like business women, like executives.
Yeah, this one is a bit more conceptual than just like straight up like I'm rich and I'm like an executive type.
I'm going to start really appreciating anyone who's not wearing a business suit in that second round. And then is the third look up?
Yes. So this is her Day of the Dead inspired thing, which is like you see it and you know what the inspiration is, which is obviously important. But the patterns are great. She's got all these, stones all over her face. The flowers.
I think this is stunning.
Yeah, it's great. And the fact that she made this, it's not perfectly constructed, but it's very well done.
Pretty darn good. Like, what bags are these?
I don't even know. Are they like some kind of a canvas tote bag or something? But it's beautiful, this garment.
I think it's gorgeous. I think her makeup is incredible. So colorful and gorgeous and meaningful. And I just was like, what? Did she luck out on finding these bags? Was she like, oh my God, these bags are amazing. I'm going to take them? Because you got to remember this third look for everybody is handmade. And so when you're like, the construction is, not perfect, but it's pretty darn decent.
Yeah.
I give you props for that.
And I have no idea like what she made this sort of cage out of that's going over the top of her head with the flowers, but really good, especially considering some of the other ones that we see that are handmade.
Oh, yes. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Second person is Joey.
Joey J. And we've got this up now. This is her IV bag, which was so controversial that she would do a plain old IV bag and not a poison IV bag.
Oh my God, this is so hilarious. I mean, I think you automatically think poison ivy, especially if you're like aligning it with anything medical, right? It's an IV bag. We get it.
Yeah, right. And then she's got ivy, that plant growing on it. Yeah. But everybody wanted it to be poison ivy because of the character poison ivy. And that's kind of evocative of her costume, So they're like, why isn't it a poison ivy bag? And she's like, it's just ivy. It's just regular ivy. It's not poison ivy. I don't know what to tell you.
But the judges had a point. If someone's like, was that poison ivy? You just go, sure.
Sure. It's whatever you want it to be.
Don't fight it. Just say sure. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't think it fits her as well as some other things that she's worn. Right. Like I always find the fit of her garments to be pretty good.
Yeah.
But I kind of don't like the way the sort of panty comes up over the back. It's just not the best
it doesn't
for me. But
I didn't feel like it fits super great at the top either. And since that's not the homemade one, it should actually fit.
Yeah, you'd think that would be taken care of. The next one is money bags, and here's where we get into just like I'm a boss. I mean, she's got a little bit of character with the like
The eye
dark
patch.
theme, the eye patch. I don't really know what. Oh, is she non-binary? Is that why the binary code is on the Coach bag?
Sure. I don't remember that coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just remember like I'm keeping one eye on you kind of vibe. I don't know. Kind of gives me like a James Bond villain look. I don't know. Is that
Okay.
money bags? That's not really
See
money
that.
bags though. Um, yeah. Okay. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's a
I don't
look.
hate it.
Yeah. I do, however, hate her third look, which, she did more than the other two queens that got a I can't sew edit.
Yeah.
But I don't really understand what the silhouette is here. I think the wig doesn't look good on her. I don't know what this is. I don't know what the inspiration is. It's not great.
I'm not sure what the inspiration is either, but I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
I guess I missed what we don't like about it. I mean, I love a bow, and it looks to me like she's got a few bows, and then she's got a cap sleeve. Like, I don't hate it.
I'm just kind of like, I'm like getting too Project Runway about it, but I'm like, who is this girl? Where is she going? The bows, I kind of see the bows, but then the bows are all kind of like bunched together to a point where they don't really look like bows. And I'm kind of like, I think those are bows.
Look, it looks like a dress, y'all. It is constructed and looks like a dress. So I think when I think about the other people who had, bad critiques or negative critiques, they didn't even look like dresses.
Yeah, this does not look like bags. That's a great point. Like this looks like
he actually cut the bags apart and made them into the shape of a dress. So I appreciate that. Yeah, maybe the wig's not great. Okay.
It's fine. Fine. Not a great showing.
Dolores. I liked it as well. Thank you. I don't know. Like, yeah, it's not as creative as some, but
it covers her full body.
Not as bad as others.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, let's get to the next one. Who's Lala?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Get ready.
We love Lala. Let's just
preface this with Lala. And you know what? I am worried we're going to lose Lala earlier than
very soon. Very soon. This I liked initially when it was walking down the runway. I think the wig and the makeup, great as usual. Like Lala always looks great there. And I like the bag at the bottom of the dress. But as soon as I think it was Carson who said like, there's really no rhyme or reason to the bones. It just looks like you pasted them on. I was like, oh, that's a great note.
Such a good point. I agree. I was like, okay, bag of bones. Okay, I get it. It's a little different. And up here, flawless. You know, a black velvet skin tight ensemble is gorgeous. But you're right. The bones are just haphazard. Had she put like the bones like ribs and like made an actual silhouette, that would have been
right. The hands on the breastplate, I get it. Like that's, the kind of a campy tongue-in-cheek moment. But all of the other ones are just haphazard. And so that was a little room for improvement there. This I liked. I've seen a lot of mixed opinions about this, but I thought the print was fun. And I thought it was a little less like CEO and kind of more like rich socialite, woman heading to a luncheon kind of a thing. And I thought she looked great with a bald head.
I know. Loving. She's like, hey, I can do that too. Joey, you're not the only one who doesn't wear wigs. I love the sort of look, the big chandelier earrings, the print. Like, I did not hate this one at all. Like, I will repeat that. Like, I kind of got over these executive structured suit things. But it's definitely one of the better ones.
Yeah, I agree.
It does look more luncheon. Correct. Executive at
Agree.
lunch.
I agree. Yes, right. And then we get,
Oh boy, you guys.
I think the
Here we
worst
go.
thing I've ever seen walk down the runway on Drag Race in all of the seasons I've seen. This is
Oh,
just a disaster.
even her first step out on the runway, and they cut to Nicole going, "Ooh, like
Yeah, right. She like cocks her head like, wait a
what?
minute.
What happened
Am
here?"
I seeing what I think I'm seeing? The
Yeah,
bags, some of them are folding over themselves. The structure is not holding up.
no, they're like
I,
falling apart. They're
yeah,
glued so horribly.
yes.
Lala, this is a disaster. Even and at the end, when the judges are talking, Nicole's like, "What? Why didn't you cut them? Did you could
Well,
just
because she's all like, I ran out of fabric. And Nicole's like, but you didn't,
but you
because
did."
if you'd cut the bags, you have twice as much
You would
fabric.
have doubled your fabric if you had cut them in half. Like, that's the first thing. Okay, this looks horrible. In no way can we celebrate this at all. We'd
No.
love to find the positives, but we can't. But had you at least cut them in half, you would have not run out. Because, like, that was her big
Mhm.
thing, was like, oh, I ran out of fabric. You're like, well,
It just was like,
oh,
I'm almost like, who let her go out there like this? Like, I know
oh,
the other queens saw this
yeah.
and they
And they were
said,
like, oh, well, at
yeah,
least
you look great.
at least we can beat her.
Yeah. They're like, okay, I'm going to let you walk out in that because it's worse than mine and I need it to be worse than mine. But this is just.
Yeah.
I was
Was
stunned. Like, this is
stunning.
beyond, this is the closest I think I've ever seen to I have nothing to show,
Yeah.
you know? Like, bad.
Yeah. When they give you these edits of like, I don't know how to sew, I've run out of bags to put on, I still in my head think she's going to come up with something,
Or someone's going to step in and be like, "Can I help?" Like I
Yeah.
kind of expected like Utica was helping her with the sewing machine, but like
Right.
maybe Utica could have been like, maybe we just put a
Let's,
piece of fabric
let's
around the waist and then it's like a little skirt and then this is just your bodice. But no, we just went out with the bodice.
Oh, yeah, no. Utica was like, "Look, I'm sorry I helped everybody else." And I circled
Yeah.
back and saw this, and I was like, "I don't have time." Oh,
Beyond help.
no.
It's beyond help. Yeah.
Oh, poor Lala.
Poor
And
Lala.
poor everyone who had to endure that. It's
Yeah.
very, very much.
Yikes.
Oh, wait. Okay, so who is next? Okay, Elliot
Okay.
is next. Let me pull up.
Elliot's first thing was a gift bag, if I remember right. That's her mixed bag, bag of choice. And I get it. It looks like a gift bag. She's
Yes.
got I like the sort of tool at the top that's
Yep.
supposed to evoke tissue paper. I think the
Mhm.
like string coming down from the nipples on the breasts is again sort of tongue-in-cheek fun. She's
Yeah.
got the RuPaul bag, like ideas that I think are working here.
Yeah, I think it's great. It's a cute idea. It shows a great shape. The ruffles are also tissue paper. Yeah, it all makes sense.
Mhm.
She even has a gift tag there
Yeah.
too, but it's true.
It's like
Sure.
she took one of the bags off of Lala's bodice and made it
Mhm.
into a whole garment for herself.
Mhm. Yes, exactly. A little bit of that. Yep. So, yeah, don't hate this. It's fine. It's cute.
It's
That's
fine. Yep.
fine.
Mhm.
What's the second mixed
Her
bag?
money bags was
Okay, this
another
is
executive.
too executive.
Yeah, it fits well. I like the, exaggerated shoulder,
Yeah.
but I think I forget what I was watching. It might have been like the pit stop, which is the after show that they
Mhm.
do. And someone was like, this is Colonel Sanders. And I was like, oh God, I can't unsee that now.
Oh, I can't. Oh, I couldn't even. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Whoops.
But I will say, here's what I noticed about Elliot that I appreciated. again, I said that I was not a huge fan of this big bag that is impossible to carry, but Elliot is carrying it. A lot of the girls are trying to grasp it from the bottom, and she's carrying it from the top of the bag. And I think that works much better. So props to her for that.
Yeah, that's true. The thing is, though, Elliot is so, she's talked about the 80s moment, the big shoulders. So I guess she probably was like, yes, I get to wear one of these executive suits. This is my money bag look. But it disappointed me that she went that route because I'm like, this isn't what I expect of you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to deduct points for her being herself. But that's how I felt. Like, I was like, oh, this.
It's like, this is my working girl, CEO outfit. And it's like, okay, sure. But this I liked. This was my favorite of her 3 looks. And I thought it was one of the strongest self-made looks.
Yes. Right.
The jacket is great.
Self-made, this is gorgeous. That is a fantastic jacket. I forget what she said this was. Was it beanbag chair? It was something.
I think that's right. Yeah.
I want to say beanbag chair, but like cute little skirt and top, great little necklace to go with it. Yeah, I agree. This is the best look for her.
Yeah. And I couldn't tell if there's an open shoulder moment happening. And I was like, is that supposed to be that way? But it worked. Like whether or not it was intentional, it wasn't like, it didn't look like a mistake. It just looked like it was a little vent in the shoulder, Yeah.
Yeah. I thought this was super chic. I liked this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. The print is great. Like very smart of her to sort of clock that and be like, I can make something great out of that because she did. I loved it.
She did. Okay. Next up is Tamisha.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get.
I thought this was going to be Tamisha's week because Tamisha makes all of her own stuff, right?
Yep.
But it unfortunately was not. This is.
I've lost it. Okay, here we go.
That old bag is a fun idea for me. Yeah. Like you're not thinking about a literal bag, The fit on this suit is spectacular, but again, it wasn't like. I think the wig is a bit flat for me. It just overall wasn't something where I was like, I'm always going to remember that. It's just like, okay, cute idea.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. And also I was like, yeah, if you're one of the older contestants, go all the way with it. Do it. Mm-hmm. And you're right. It's a gorgeous fit of the suit. So yeah, I'm good with this one. I liked it.
Yep. I think that was probably my favorite of her 3 looks.
I don't know. I kind of like this second look.
Do you? I felt that this was just like, she's an executive from Atlanta.
Right. Here we are. Again, we have the executive woman in a suit. We get so much of this, and that's unfortunate. Yeah. But it's gorgeous on her. And I like the extra like green that she added that goes with the purse. You know what? Sometimes there were a few times that I felt like the purse didn't match.
Yeah.
The
purse felt forced to me. I was like, I get it. You want to have you want to have this Coach integration on the show, like high fashion brand. Like that's great, but it really just didn't pay off for me in a lot of ways. I think the issue
challenge you given this thing, like make it work. It's like the show Chopped. You got a basket of this, make it work. And she did a good job of making it work.
She did. You're right. But I think I just was like, I liked Lala's kind of executive look better than that. I even liked Elliot's more than Tamisha's. So I think I was kind of where you were talking about, like, I'm exhausted by the executive looks at that point. So I was just like, Tamisha, I don't need it. Like, no.
Right. Okay. And her third handmade from, I don't know what kind of bags these were. I don't know.
Me neither. There's clearly a lot of different bags that she's used here. It looks like she, pulled materials from several different bags. Yeah. I'm sure the construction of this garment is great because she is very capable there. But unfortunately, the taste level for me is not there.
Right. And I think the big note she got was like to edit down. And I think that was the greatest note because the fit is lovely. I love the bodice here and the structured shoulder caps. Like It's got a little like peplin kind of style to it. So I love all of that. But yeah, it probably just needed to be dialed in a little bit. But
Mm-hmm.
again, handmade, hello.
Yeah.
I, yeah, so she's not going to win from these looks, but like I think these are pretty darn good looks. I don't know why.
Yeah, and I think that like a lot of the criticism she got, obviously she lands in the bottom three with her looks, but again, it felt more like you're not really in danger of going home. We just need to let you know that your makeup needs some work. You got to talk to these
Mhm.
girls and improve that.
Yes,
And,
blend.
just
Mhm.
remember to like edit down. Like it didn't really feel like she was any real danger, but they just wanted
No.
to be sure to communicate a few areas that she could easily improve,
Yeah, that's how I thought it was. Is like, and the girls talk about it in Untucked a lot about like when you're just safe, you don't get critique, you don't get
Yeah,
information, and you kind
right.
of like walking blind. And
Yeah.
so putting Tanisha bottom was an opportunity to just give her a couple notes. But yeah, she's not going home off of these looks.
No.
And also, some people need to not be so tough on her.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
What I was thinking. I don't know.
Yeah.
Next is Simone.
Look at this. I mean,
Who comes up
campy,
with fun
fun.
bags?
Yeah.
Who comes up with fun bags? But of course, Simone. Gorgeous.
Yes.
Love
So,
it.
Simone always has a reference. This is a reference to, I think it's called An Evening with Diana Ross special. And
Mhm.
she had these like big bazungas in that special. So this is, very heavily inspired from that, but like so much fun. And the
So much
popping at
fun.
the end of the runway was
Yes.
like great.
Yeah, I love the, pink sparkles with the fluff at the bottom. I love the pink
Hmm.
and the wig to all go together,
Yeah.
just on top of the fact that it was a cute, fun idea of
Yeah.
fun bags.
And Simone's like a tiny queen who doesn't do like a ton of, hip pads and all that stuff. But I
Yeah.
thought the lack of padding everywhere except the bust worked
Yeah.
even better. Like I'm glad she didn't do like exaggerated hip pads because it just really made the boobs stand out. They would have
Right.
anyway, but it just was so dramatic to see her tiny little skinny body and then these giant balloons, which is very
Uh-huh.
funny.
I loved it. So fun.
Mm-hmm.
Look number 2, money bags.
Fantastic. I loved this so much.
I
This
love
like
it.
futuristic CEO. It's still kind of like, suit, obviously, but it's like this is not a
Right.
suit that you're gonna see, in an office building. And the wig that went with it, I thought this was so chic.
Yeah. I don't know why more than half of them, or maybe half of them, went to executive for money bags, but
Hmm.
she did it in a more fun way, a more creative way, because of course
Yeah.
she's Simone. Like I just would like get inside her head. She's
Yeah.
so smart and creative. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This material, I don't even know what this
Oh,
material is, but I
I
love
know,
it.
right? Yeah. And the slits
And
in the legs of the pants was such a cute detail.
I feel like she's working that bag.
Yep.
I think it goes. I think the red, the pink, and the whatever, I don't even know what color that is, all go.
Yeah. I think it's great.
Mhm. Love you, Simone. So good.
Truly.
And then her handmade one.
Yeah. I mean, much ado about her not being able to construct a garment. And this is fine. Like
Right.
it's not like, oh, wow, I can't believe you made that. Like, yeah, I believe
Mhm.
that you took a day to make a little skirt and a little bralette.
Yeah.
But it's like the whole outfit works together with the sunglasses and the braid. Like it feels beachy, the
Yes.
accessories, just tie in really well with it. So this is fine. Like obviously Simone's good to go with this.
Yeah. I mean, she can't sew. They made a big deal about it. And so what does she do? She took a bag and she wrapped it around her waist to make it look like a cute skirt. It's just like a little bit of thought that Lala missed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But she actually made it look like a cute little outfit. So yeah, is it the best thing ever? No, but it's pretty darn good for handmade.
Yeah, right. And for someone who's like, I don't know how to construct a garment, like, yeah, you
Right.
did fine.
Yeah. Okay, Olivia is next. And this is her mixed bag, is like a punching bag.
Punching bag, right. She got a lot of, heat online for like, you copied Simone. That's clearly not the case. They just like,
Right.
unfortunately, both had this idea and brought this outfit. But hers, I think, I prefer Simone's because I really loved the boots that Simone wore with hers. But like,
Right.
I think this is great too. Like, she looks good.
Yeah, she looks good and it's fine. But I really, as soon as she walked out, I was like, oh my God,
I
I'm
know.
just kicking everything. I was like, oh, how unfortunate because
Yes.
Simone already knocked this out of the park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
And like it's like everything's the same down to like the braided wig, like
Yeah.
every piece of the creative. It's like we've seen it, so we can't really even appreciate how good she looks in this because we're just like, okay, next. We've like seen this idea already this season.
Yeah. I mean, if Simone had just sort of like, it was okay, then we'd be like, oh, this is the way to do it. But
Yeah, right.
unfortunately,
It's the other way around.
it is the other way around. So, okay, her money bags look is, I think, a better spin on the executive.
Okay. I thought this
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
This one wasn't any more successful really than others. I would say it's more successful than Tamisha's, but she has a little cape, which is a little bit different. She's got the tie. The wig felt like she just pulled it out of the bag and put it on her head. It doesn't feel particularly styled.
Right.
But I don't think she looks bad.
I love the tie. That is something we haven't seen yet. And then the peekaboo under the cape. I think this ensemble is much better than just a structured Elliot suit. Like, to me, I love this. Yeah, the wig doesn't quite hit. I'm not sure what we're doing with the wig here. But I liked this one.
Yeah, there are more ideas to this garment than like an Elliot or a Tamisha.
Okay, and her third outfit, the handmade one, is this?
Great. Yeah.
Okay.
It's it's futuristic, robot-y. I was impressed with this. I thought she looked good.
I'm fine with it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. It's fine.
Yeah.
Again, it's constructed by herself and it resembles a figure, a silhouette. So I appreciate that.
The sleeves are cool to me. I like the, appliques on her forehead to sort of tie it all together. She's almost like kind of like a Wonder Woman-y vibe or like a Xena warrior princess, kind of like this battle ready figure. So I liked this on her.
Okay. Oh, Beyonce from space. Yep.
Yes.
For sure. Oh, She-Ra. I love She-Ra.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I get it. Okay. Gottmik is next. All right, guys.
Gottmik, fashion school. We had that in the
she went to fashion school, y'all. Guess what? They will hold you to a higher standard if you went to fashion school.
So they absolutely will.
Don't admit it. Don't admit it.
They were they were loving this. And I was just like, I don't know if I was grossed out by it or what, but I was just like, this, I don't want to look at this really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, I'm not into dark stuff. That's definitely not my jam. So when I first saw it, I was like, ugh, gross. But I do agree with the judges that this is beyond so well done. Like, this is creative. This is like a body bag. Like, who thinks of a body bag? I wouldn't. But if you're going to do it, this is a super chic way to do it. So I get it. I get what we're raving about. But yeah, I agree. It's not like my thing.
Yeah, I get it. That's a good way of putting it. The wig, it just feels gross to me. It's like, it's all gross. Part of the look. She's like a dead body. Yeah. But I'm just like, ooh, it's almost a little too real for me. Like, gross. I don't want to see that.
What
And
is
then
her
she's
money bag?
got one
Oh
of
my
the
God.
RuPaul's favorite garments. I mean, the way this caught the light with like all
Oh,
of those, whatever the stones are on this
I think
pinstripe
she said they
garment.
were
I
Swarovskis.
mean, fabulous. It looks so good.
So good. I want to wear this.
Yeah.
I also like you could hear it in the judges when she walked out, and I too was like,
Yeah.
it's incredible. I would wear this on the red carpet. If any
Yep.
red carpet wants to invite me, I would
Yeah.
like to wear this.
Yeah.
I
And this
love
is
it.
like, this isn't a CEO look. It's like a rich person wears this,
Yes.
to
Right.
a
Like this.
very fancy event.
Yes. I don't know where she's going. I don't know, but she has money. Like when you say money
Yeah.
bags, this woman has money. Yeah. She's not
Mhm.
just running a company. She's like running the world or something.
Yeah. Personally, like, I
Love.
don't want to nitpick too much because this is such a
Okay.
good look, but the tool on the arm specifically
Mhm.
is too big for me. Like, I
Too
kind
big.
of prefer the how much it sticks out on the
The
legs.
legs. Yeah.
I just didn't love it on the arm, but like it looks incredible. I love this
Yeah.
garment.
Yeah. I too. I love it. I love it. And then her handmade one, which we got to see a
Yes.
glimmer when she pulled out the triangle, but this is what the triangle turned into.
Hello. I mean, this was
Hello.
like when she walked out, the mullet helps, but I was like, I see Miley Cyrus in something like this.
Mhm.
Like, it's just so cool. And the like little tiny sunglasses to go with it. So fun.
Miley's like the better because yeah, I see oh my God, what did they say? Oh shoot, I just had the name in my head.
What did they
Joan
say?
Jett. They said
Oh,
Joan
sure.
Jett, which is
Uh-huh.
a great 80s reference, but they
Yeah.
also made a joke about Joyce DeWitt, and I was like, "Yes, Joyce DeWitt is from Three's Company, you guys." I was like, "Yes." But Miley
Yes.
Cyrus would be the more current
Right.
reference. I don't know what is happening here, but it is chic and fashion forward, and 100% would be on any runway ever.
Right.
And I can't believe, like, when she held up that little triangle, I was like, I'm going to do like a corsety thing. And I was like,
Yeah.
yes, this is a corsety thing. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
know what you were talking about, but
Yeah.
you did it. I could never have come up with something like this.
No.
And
No.
I get why the judges were like, whoa.
Yes. And it's sort of this like overalls kind of moment that's going diagonally across her body from the right leg to the left shoulder and ruffled through the legs. Like it's just like so current to me.
It
I just thought it was
is.
very cool.
The chat is not digging it. This is interesting. Oh, Maddie does.
Interesting.
Yeah. I agree. It's very high fashion. But yeah, a lot of people aren't getting that. All right.
Yeah, to me it's very like pop star. It's not something
Mhm.
you would wear on a red carpet or anywhere really unless you're like a music, performer.
Right. No, my gosh. Oh, Seth's into it. Okay. Yeah. We got a couple people into it, but not everyone. Okay. Who's next? Rose.
Rosé. See, Sarah, this is the point where I'm like, okay, we've been through a lot of looks already and we're
Oh, yeah.
still on the runway. You know what I mean? But this I
Yes.
thought was so fun.
This is so fun.
They were like,
Bagpipes.
yeah, they were like, I didn't know you were Scottish, but like she did say there was like a Scottish reference in her verse on Phenomenon.
Oh.
But they didn't pick up on that because remember she had too many lyrics. So they didn't figure that out until now, but she is paying homage to her ancestors here. And I think it looks great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if you have any Scottish ancestry. Like, this is just fun that you came up with bagpipes and went all in on this, kilt dress thing with actual pipes and the knee-high socks and this hattie thing. Like, you put it all together and it looks adorable, and I enjoy it.
Yeah. And see, there's intention to the placement of the pipes. It's not just like random pipes all over the body of the dress,
Yes.
Everything has a place. I thought it was great.
Okay. Oops. Look too. Hello. I've done 1,000 of these and I forget how I'm doing it. Okay. Now, hello, you guys. This.
Oh my God.
This reference. Do
Yes.
you even get it?
Big Business, y'all, is such a fun movie with Lily Tomlin and Bette Midler. I thought this was so fun, and the judges were pretty hard on her for this.
But they got it. Oh, of course
they did.
They're like our age, but well, not your age. I'm gonna pretend we're the same age. Yeah, as soon as she walked out, I was like, Big Business.
Yes.
One of my favorite movies. I love it. I don't know, maybe they weren't loving it because
it's very
they had already
literal.
Seen enough executive. Like this is kind of an executive dress, but it's just way better than an executive suit dress.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's like this is kind of along the lines of Simone's what was her thing? Fun bags look, right. Where it's like, here's the reference, but this is like even more exact. Like this is exactly what Bette Midler wore in that movie. You know what I mean? Like it is so well done. But they wanted something, I guess they wanted it to be next level. You know,
they wanted
how are you
a bigger
elevate
wig,
this?
Something like that. Okay, fine. But if it's truly a money bags challenge, do you need to go bigger? I don't get it. Yes, you guys, Lily Tomlin and Bette Midler, they play
so fun.
Twins that get separated, and two of them, so it's a Lily and Bette in like a country podunk setup, and then Lily and Bette in like a rich, wealthy city environment, but like they were switched. You know what I'm saying? Watch it. Make it happen.
Great. It's great. Yeah. They, of course, find each other eventually. And
of course. And it's hilarious. And she actually did like one of the actual iconic.
It's sort of like, it's like Parent Trap, but like two sets of twins, not just one, you know?
Like Brenda. Okay.
Parent Trap, don't the twins get separated and then they come back together?
Okay, sure.
That's the story of Big Business. Everybody watch and report back and tell me that I'm right.
Okay.
Anyway.
What were these bags? I don't know what these bags were. They look like soccer balls, but
or tortoise shells.
This is handmade, so I forgive that it's not perfect.
Yeah. I thought her presentation of this outfit was better than the outfit itself. You know, she's really working it with the twirls and the robotic movements. I thought the wig was really great. But super fun.
Because when you're like, okay, I'm going to make this like a robot-y look with these silver balls, then go all in, that wig, those earrings, and act like, you know, a bit of a robot. So I bought it.
Fun. I like it.
I bought it. Tina, oh
my God, do we have two more?
Okay, now I'm feeling it that I have to like go through all of these looks.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, this is a lot of looks. This is brown bag. She's brown bagging it.
Yeah. Camp. You know, this is who Tina Burner is as a drag queen. It's like a very sort of literal pun.
Yeah. And I appreciate it because it's like still a great dress. You know, but we get the vibe, the big hair. So this is the kind of camp I can get on board with.
Yep. And I thought it fit her really well. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
And it wasn't red and yellow. It was a brown dress.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Because we'll get there.
Just wait.
This I thought was so chic, her money bags look.
This, yes. Now this I love.
This was one of my favorite things that she's worn so far.
Yeah. I love this houndstooth. This is great. And the red wig that goes with the red purse. Like this is
there we go.
Red as just a touch of red. The hat is so oversized and I love it. I love any pie. I just read cherry pie. Any hat moment I will be in.
Yeah. I thought it was great. I don't understand why she insists on covering the neck all the time. She's got a little houndstooth scarf around the neck.
Maybe there's a neck tragedy that has happened, and
maybe
she doesn't want to share.
Pretty sure I see her neck in her confessionals, but
Oh, look, we are back to what she called
Literally McDonald's.
signature color.
Like she's got two suspenders, golden arches over the shoulders, and the suspenders are falling off. Like I'm over the red, yellow, orange theme, and it's I don't think ever going to end.
Yeah, no, especially when you present it with like, I'm back wearing my signature colors. And I'm like,
Oh,
oh, stop. It's not your signature color. It's gross.
right.
It's just not a good look. Now, this is handmade, so I have to appreciate the fact that it looks like a dress.
Yeah.
Like if you think about the fact that that was a bag,
Yes.
that's great. But yeah, do I love this red with this yellow wig and yellow suspenders? No.
No, I mean, cool that she made, purse straps into suspenders, but I don't think she's pulling it off perfectly. It's kind of like, yeah, I can tell that those are purse straps because they're just falling off your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's whatever.
It's fine. It's whatever. Okay, next is Kandy. Kandy, who has plenty to say about everybody else. So let's talk about you.
I really liked this one. I gotta say, I thought that it fits her beautifully. It's fun. She's got a bag of tricks. I liked this.
Yeah, I liked this one. And I was like, oh, finally, she has a look that I like. Like she put some creativity into it, some thought.
Yeah.
It's a magician's bag. Sure, that's a bit of a stretch, but I'll take it because you have this cute little hat and you
Totally.
grab it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I appreciated this. This is probably the first look that I've actually appreciated.
Mm-hmm. That's the best she's looked so far, I think.
And then we're right back to what I think is Kandy's go-to of like, let me just put some underwear on.
Okay, I'll give that to you. It's a version of her fembot look. It's a version of her entrance look, the denim thing. Yeah. But this, like, I just kind of was like, oh, she looks like Rihanna here, with the bra and panties and the money. Like she kind of is giving me those vibes. So I enjoyed this.
Okay. All right. Good. I was like, what you did? You just threw some money on your head and some underwear? I didn't do it, but good. Glad you
make some good points, though. Fair points.
Okay. All right. And then her third one is the handmade with bags.
Now, she constructed a bra. I will give her that out of backpacks. But then she tied them together and made a skirt out of them. And I don't care about that.
One step above what Lala did.
One step.
The bags in half. Okay, good for her. It is not that much better than what Lala came out with. Yes, she made a bra. And I love the choice of the wig because then you really give us this whole like schoolgirl look because you chose backpacks.
Yes.
School bags. So you did put a little thought into it. But no, this is, if you're going to like start critiquing looks, this is not a winning look.
No, you're like sitting in there like, oh, I did such a better job than everybody. Like you literally just connected bags and made a skirt out of it. Again, I totally agree with you. Like the wig ties everything together. There's like a concept here. Lala's had zero concept. Joey's, I don't think, had a concept.
Right.
But this is just like pretty basic. Like don't toot your own horn too loudly here. This isn't that impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're almost there. We got one to go, and
and this one's worth it. It's worth the wait.
It is. It is absolutely worth it, y'all. What is this? This isn't even her best look, and this is iconic.
It's incredible. Yeah, this is like if y'all in the chat watched season 4, this kind of gave me Sharon Needles, the dog ball vibe when she came out with the poodle. I love this wig. I love the mixed patterns. I've compared her to Thorgy a lot, and one of the friends I was watching with said they were kind of getting Katya vibes from this, which I kind of get too. But loved.
I love it. It's so Parisian chic.
Yes.
But then tied into like a poodle which
Yeah.
gives you that Parisian vibe, but all based on a poop bag. I mean, yes. This wig, this outfit, everything. Oh my God, I love it so
It's so
much.
good. Yeah.
I love
I
it.
will say I agreed with RuPaul's critique that the zaniness kind of takes away from how fabulous her looks are.
Yeah, I was surprised that Rue said that because I hadn't picked up on that. Maybe because I'm just so in love with her. But I
Yeah.
get once he said it, once I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But it's like that's how I would walk down the runway. I'd be like,
Sure.
because
Right.
I'm a weirdo. And so
Yeah.
you just don't take yourself seriously unless you're in a character, you know? So I get it. Okay, so this is her money bags.
I love this.
It's
I
another Carol
loved
Burnett
this.
nod.
Yes. The wig, the like little short bob wig, those sunglasses with the like fringe around the skirt to tie together, and the big, are they earrings that come down and kind of
Yes.
like make boobs on her, which is
Yeah.
funny.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, this
good.
is so fun. This is such a fun way to be kind of chic. And yeah, we obviously get money from this
Uh-huh.
look, but it's not an executive. It's
No.
different. Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
So good. Okay. And then last, but certainly not least.
I thought this was the look of the episode. This was like
Well, it
better
was the look of the
than
episode.
things that people brought that were already made.
Right?
Look at that.
Gasp, y'all.
Yes.
Gasp. This is insane. I want to wear this on a red carpet. Like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
just made this.
I
Like,
know.
Hello Kitty.
And the like Annie Lennox little, wig moment. I thought this was so chic. She has that eye for mixing patterns that I will never have.
Oh my
And the fact that, yes, Sebastian, thank you. Sleeping bags, like the fact that she tore up sleeping bags and created this
Yes.
in the same amount of time that Lala had to glue gift bags to a corset. They had the same amount of time.
Same amount of time. This was made. Compare this to Lala. Oh, I mean,
So good.
I follow Utica on Instagram, and like the fashion shots that she put together for this.
Oh
is amazing.
my God.
I highly recommend everyone follow her.
Yes, it's so good.
I like want to buy this. If she will ever sell this on eBay, I will purchase.
Yeah, I want to sleep in it. It looks so
Yes.
comfortable.
Oh, but it's also, yes, it's so comfortable. It looks warm. I'm always complaining that when women have to wear skimpy dresses and men get to wear suits, like I'd be so warm in this, but also it's looking fantastic. Yes. Hello, Matthew. Thank you so much for this.
Thanks, Matthew. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, honestly, that $4.99 for Utica.
That's right.
That was the look of the night. That was it. Even though she didn't win.
She didn't win, but that is an outfit that we will be talking about for seasons to come. Like, that was incredible.
Yeah, I saw a former queen, I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was, say like that was the best thing they've ever seen made in the workroom. Like,
I could agree with that. Absolutely.
Compared
so good.
To what might have been the worst thing to ever come out of the workroom.
Oh boy, yes.
Yeah.
So the top three when we finally get to the judging is Rosé and Utica and Gottmik. Yes. I think that Utica should have won. And I think a lot of people feel that way. But Gottmik also did a really good job. Like, I don't want to take that away from her.
Right.
She did great.
Yeah, I agree. When they were definitely the top two, hands down the top two. And yes, of course, I believe that Utica should have won. Like, all three of her looks were just bonkers, insane, so good. But I would never want to put Gottmik down because that was super, super impressive. Her three looks as well. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And so I'm okay. I'm okay with the fact that Gottmik won. Like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Because I think that this is hopefully like a turning point for Utica. The judges are now seeing her. They're taking her
Yes.
seriously. They're like vocalizing this to her. Like, I kind of thought, they don't say this exactly, but they kind of are like, I kind of thought you were a joke.
Yes.
And now I'm taking you seriously.
Yeah.
So that's
Which
great.
is so good to hear because I mean, I think we all like, even I loved her from the minute she walked in, but like, I think we all were like, oh, she's going to be quirky and weird and go pretty soon.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
now it's like, no. Oh my God.
She
If you're
can
not
do a
taking
lot more
Utica
than that.
seriously, come on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the
Okay.
bottom three were Tamisha, Joey, and Lala. But kind of like we talked about, Tamisha was just constructive criticism. Like, you can be better, and here are the ways. And so go do that. Go be better next week.
Yes.
But Joey and Lala are the bottom two.
Yeah. So we have to say that, you know, first we get the safe. Denali, Elliot, Simone, Olivia, Tina, and Kandy are told they're safe and they get to walk off. And of course, you know, sometimes you want to be in the top and you're just told you're safe is a bummer.
Yeah. Right.
But this top three, I agree with completely. I didn't agree last week, but this I completely agree.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Yes, like you said, Tamisha's kind of not really the bottom, but so that leaves us with Joey versus Lala. Which I can't. I mean, I can't blame them for putting those two in the bottom.
No, absolutely not. I think that that was the right bottom two. I mean, I've seen some things online, you know, listen, Kandy's getting a lot of hate this week, which is too bad. I don't want to pile on her too much, but I would not have been, if we are really basing this on the you know, handmade look in the workroom, I think that Kandy's was less impressive than Joey's probably. Ugh, that's hard for me to say. But I wouldn't have been shocked if the bottom two were like Kandy and Lala instead of Joey and Lala. But, you know, Joey's wasn't good
I would have been fine with that.
Yeah. Joey's whole presentation to me was not impressive. So, you know, it's probably like an overall thing there. And Lala is, I mean, I had as much fun watching this, maybe not quite as much, but almost as much fun as I did watching Denali in her lip sync. Like, Lala was so much fun. I thought Lala was gone, Sarah. I was like, this look automatically sends you home.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do in the lip sync. All hope is lost here because you walked down the runway in that. And then she lost the headpiece, the outfit's falling apart. Like, she kind of committed every cardinal sin in a lip sync. Like, RuPaul does not like it when you take the wig off, does not like it when you're taking the clothes off. Everything is falling apart, but she had so much charisma in this lip sync. She served it. It was so good.
I thought, well, I agree with you because I thought the edit kind of was leaning towards Lala going, and I was like, oh no, she's kind of giving us sound bites like this might be it. But I thought, now I don't know Rue's feelings about ripping off a wig, but like I thought she was doing what we talked about last week of like, look, if you are in a dress or an outfit that doesn't work for a lip sync, you rip that off. And so I was like, yes, Lala, she's like ripping it off because she needs to move and she needs to go. And she's lip syncing for her life. And so don't constrict me. So I was like, yes, queen, like get it. And I mean, this was a fun, what was it? Fancy, I think.
Fancy.
I want to lip sync to Fancy. Like, this is a fun song. They both were really giving it to us, but Lala like slammed it down. And
as soon as Joey threw up the money, like I thought Joey was giving it too. Like Joey was like strutting across the stage, didn't have quite the energy level that Lala did, but was definitely bringing it. It was fun to watch them both. But as soon as Joey threw up the dollars and exactly Dolores, Lala is picking them up as tips. It's over. Like all the girls in the back were screaming for Lala and like jumping up and down. And it was clearly her lip sync.
Yes. No, I'm sad to see Joey go, but I think we had already talked about like Joey's probably going to be one of the early ones to go. It just wasn't like nailing it. So we talked about this a little bit at the top, but like Lala's not killing the looks here, but she's killing these like one-on-one confessionals. And so I just need her to dial it in. And stick around.
Yeah, I think she's probably going to be relieved that if she doesn't have to make anything for the next few weeks. So if we are rooting for Lala, let's all hope for that she doesn't have to make anything, because I don't
Yeah.
think that's going to get any better.
Oh, gosh.
But,
Someone help
hopefully,
her.
yeah, I know. We'll see what next week brings, because next week is like a
There's like a
dancing
disco
documentary
dance.
about disco, which I'm so excited about
I
because
am
I love
here
disco so
for
much.
it. Same.
But I feel like Lala could do well in a dancing challenge, so hopefully she'll improve next week.
Joey did warn us. That's right.
She did say that.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, looking forward to this disco dancing that they're going to do next week. But you guys, we do have to talk about Untucked
Oh my God.
because things got real.
Yeah. No, Untucked was like the real episode this week. Like,
Yeah.
there very rarely does Untucked overshadow the episode itself. But this was like, I was like, this feels like a Real Housewives reunion. People up out of their chairs, screaming at each other. It starts with more of Kandy kind of thinking her opinion always needs to be heard. And they're kind of lamenting, you brought this up, where Olivia's like, I just want to be out there. I want to connect with the judges. I want some direction on how am I doing? Do you like it? What do I need to improve, etc. So Olivia kind of opens the floor to, well, if we were going to critique each other, give each other some constructive criticism, what would we do? And then Candy's like, Elliot, you got a bad attitude. You need to read the room. And I'm like, well, this devolved quickly.
Yes. Oh, God. Okay. Well, first off, it starts with Kandy saying she's gagged. She's not in the top. And I was like, do you understand your backpacks on your butt? Like, you are not. You are not in the top. Like, I would put you kind of close to the bottom, but I think that they just wanted to pull Tamisha in the bottom to like give her some notes, because they've already given you notes, Kandy. And Kandy thinks that because she has addressed a couple of those notes that she deserves to be in the top. And like, that's not how this works. And then she tells Elliot that Elliot is not self-aware. And I was like, of all the terms you could have chosen, Kandy.
And of all people to be giving Elliot that note, like, Kandy.
Self-aware, Kandy, you are the last person to be self-aware. Like, I agree with David. Like, we do not hate here on Nerdtainment. Like, we want to like find the positive, but like, Kandy, hello, like, self-aware first.
Yeah.
Before you just like tell everyone your critique. And of course, it's in typical fashion, the person who can throw it out can't always take it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that really sums it up right there, because Tamisha comes in, and I will say Tamisha was a little bit in the wrong here, because they're just kind of like, who's in the top and who's in the bottom. And Tamisha's like, well, let me just say it. There's a couple of girls here I don't like. And it's like, well, that wasn't the question. Yeah. But I think she's just in a mood being in the bottom, and she's frustrated, I think, that, these younger girls are kind of outdoing her, and she is acknowledging, like, I don't like to admit this, but y'all are outdoing me. Yeah. And it sucks because I don't like you. Yeah. But you're outdoing me. But it's like, oh,
like, okay. I don't like your personalities. Some of y'all are, I think she said like trash or something like that. But I guess she was kind of looking at Kandy, because Kandy was like, you looking at me? And she was like, yeah, well, you're one of them. And it's like, oh, God. Oh.
Right. And I immediately thought of Lala when she was like, I know Tamisha from Atlanta and she likes to fight. I was like, yeah, she likes to fight, because she's picking a fight here a little bit.
She did.
But she's also, there was really no reason to start a fight here, but I agree with her that Kandy is arrogant, so she's not taking that back. As soon as she says the word arrogant, that must be a little bit of a trigger word for Kandy. She must have heard that before. She's sick of hearing that. She immediately explodes, but Tamisha's not going to take it back. And I don't think she should, because she's right. And other girls like Rosé are backing her up.
Yeah, I mean, it did come out of left field, it seemed like, to us. But yeah, everything she's saying is pretty straight on. She's not really attacking, other than just being like, yeah, I don't care for you're arrogant. And, that's going to make anyone feel a certain type of way. Like, I can't fault Kandy now for like taking it super personally and like coming back at Tamisha. And Tamisha's just like, girl, you don't really want to mess with me. Like, I'm going to keep coming back at you. So the two of them just like are not stopping. And like, Kandy is like standing and like, I have to leave the room. I am going to pop off. And I'm like, you're already popping off. Like,
right. She's like, I'm going to beat someone up. And Tamisha's like, you're not going to hit me. Like, it's that thing where they both have to have the last word. And so they keep coming at each other. And Gottmik and Tina are like trying to separate them, but it's just not a great situation. But it's like Kandy is there lashing out at everybody and saying, if I'm arrogant, you need to call it out. And I have to imagine they're all thinking, but this is what happens when we call it out. So I don't want to deal with this. Like, you clearly don't want me to call it out because you're very upset right now.
Yeah, Kandy, you are big and loud, and like, you're the last person I want to just be like, yeah, you're kind of arrogant. Like, the fact that Tamisha was like, you're overconfident, and I was like, that's actually a good term because she is super confident, but like overly in a way of like, I want your looks to be better. Like, I want your looks to match your confidence. And she's talking about star quality, and I was like, we got all of these queens have star quality. What are you talking about? Like, they weren't like, we're going to take Kandy, the one with star quality, and a bunch of just like random queens. No, it was just it was so spot on, but like also, you know, Kandy's just not gonna see it, and she's gonna get real upset. But like, we knew that she and Tina and Gottmik are like a little trio, and we see that because they follow her out and like defend her and are like, yeah, you're being crazy, but like, calm down. And like, and I thought that was karma when that bee started like going after them. I was like, oh my God, the bees after the mean girls. Like, it's karma.
But it was also like exactly what, because Kandy's still fuming and Gottmik and Tina are kind of trying to like laugh at her, like being still angry. But then that bee was like the perfect kind of like room freshener, you know. It was just like, okay, we're like now screaming about the bee and we don't have to like think about this. It just was the perfect thing to kind of cool them down. I will say, like, you know, clearly this was probably in part because of the edit, but like, we heard nothing from Utica, from Denali, from Elliot, from Lala, you know, like, and to me, when you're silent, it's like, well, I don't have to say anything because Tamisha's saying it. So I don't really have to chime in. So like, I think there were a number of other girls. We heard Rose kind of backing up Tamisha, but I think a number of other girls on this cast are like, yeah, she's got it under control here. So I don't need to contribute really.
Was it Rose who was like, yeah, you are arrogant? Because she's like, oh, who else thinks I'm arrogant? And she's like, oh, yeah, you are. Like, don't we all know this? Isn't this like a given?
Right.
You know, that kind of vibe. And then when Kandy was out of the room, Denali did go up to Tamisha and was like, yeah, that had to be said. So like, you kind of saw who was like, yeah, we got you. Like, we're not going to say it because we don't want to get in a fight. But like, obvious.
Right. And then, you know, Kandy, eventually we're going to see the Kandy Tamisha thing spill over into future episodes, no doubt, because, you know, Kandy comes back in and vaguely apologizes to the group and references Tamisha, and Tamisha's like, don't point at me. So there's still like, tension is going to be high for a while there. We did see Kandy kind of try to smooth things over with Elliot, and it feels like maybe they came to a little bit of an understanding, because Elliot was very much like, I'm not perfect either. Like, I know that I have a tone sometimes. We just haven't been on the same page, but maybe moving forward we can be, you know, hopefully, because I would like to see Kandy ease up on Elliot a little bit.
Yeah, because that's such a weird, like, is it just because Elliot was like the first one to come into the like A squad? It's
I guess so.
Let that go. We are so far past that. And I like that Elliot's like, I know I have a tone, because like, I know I have a tone. That is self-awareness. Not everyone's gonna like us, you know, the first time they meet us, kind of thing. So like, talk it out a little bit, because you do have to sort of work together. But woo, we got our hands full with Kandy.
Yep. And Tamisha likes to fight too.
And Tamisha not gonna let just like roll with things, you know, she's gonna talk about it. But I just want Kandy's looks to be better. Like, you can be a handful, but like, give me some better looks.
Right. Yeah. There's a certain level to me of like, you know, you've got this big personality and you are super entertaining to watch, like it or not, she makes good TV. But like, I kind of want you to back it up a little bit with the goods, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's my feeling. Well, I'm super excited about a disco dance this week.
Me
We will
too.
be back for that tomorrow. We got a little schedule change this week, David. What let's see. Wednesday is Bachelor. I think we said 3 p.m.
3
Pacific. Is that
o'clock.
correct?
Yes, a little bit earlier on
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
a little bit earlier for that. And then Thursday will be my first episode with James for Amazing Race Australia. Very excited about that. Watch the first episode today. That is going to be fun.
Yes, absolutely. So excited for that.
And then on Patreon,
Survivor Micronesia.
Micronesia happening over there. Those posts on Thursdays. So join us for all of it.
Please.
Thank you guys for joining us right now live in the chat. We appreciate it.
Yes, and if you are joining us later, let us know what you thought about that look marathon on the runway. And then obviously we got to hear your thoughts on this Untucked situation, because that is a moment that will live forever.
Oh, yes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the end card. So I'm just going to give it a try.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it works. Okay, bye, you guys. Bye.
Bye.